There are many ways that we can help ourselves as menopausal women. So here on Escape Haven, we welcome many women into our menopause program. And the thing about the menopause is that it has a wide variety of lived experiences. And so the women come and they share a wide variety of symptoms and the way it affects their life. And although the menopause begins as a physical shift, a change in our hormones and inside our body, actually it affects just about every element of our life, from our emotional to our spiritual, certainly our relationships, our health. So we can't really look at it through only one lens. And here with this program, we're trying to hold space for women to come and to share their experience, their wisdom, and their hope. There are many ways that we can help ourselves as menopausal women, and they can start with very small lifestyle shifts, but they can have a really big impact. So it's things like just monitoring our diet, cutting out anything that comes in a plastic wrapper, eating more whole foods, a higher amount of protein, and cutting down on the sugars, including maybe those processed carbohydrates. And then there is prioritizing our sleep. When we go through menopause, we are much less stress resistant, and there is a much higher need for us to practice self-care. So making sure that we are resting, that we are taking time out, that we come and retreat, and making sure even that we get enough sleep at night can actually be life-changing. And then there is exercise, changing perhaps our more high-intensity workouts for workouts that are lower in adrenaline but are working our muscles. This is the season of life when we are really future-proofing against things like osteoporosis or sarcopenia that sees our muscles wasting and leaves us more likely to experience a fall later in life, which can affect our longevity. So now is the time to really be hitting the weights at the gym and working on building muscle so that we can be strong throughout this whole season of life. Coming on a menopause-focused retreat is great because you get to learn lots of tools and rituals to help you improve your standard of life when you go back home. When you come to Escape Haven, you have not only a workshop that is focused on teaching you those tools, whether it's with nutrition or lifestyle, how to rest, how to build in self-care, but you also work with a personal trainer to establish an exercise routine to help you build muscle and keep yourself vibrant when you go back home. You do lots of nutritional, high protein, whole foods, some very delicious, low sugar desserts also. We create lots of space for rest and recuperation. And then you have a tailored program of wellness practices that you can experience here and maybe continue when you go back home. And these include some longevity practices such as the hyperbaric oxygen chamber, red light LED facials, gua sha facials, the contrast therapy of the sauna and the cold plunge, which helps with reducing inflammation in the body. We have a cooking class that you can come and join to help how to learn to make delicious dishes. Daily yoga and meditation, mantra pranayama to help you to tune into your body, ease any muscle and joint pain that you may be experiencing, and come into a deeper sense of ease with yourself. And you have the option to practice some Pilates also, which is that great mixture of stretch and strengthen, helping us to build muscle in a manageable and easeful way. And you get to join a community of like-minded women and have the conversations that perhaps you haven't had a space to have back at home, to be able to share your experience, hear tips and tricks, and just have a space of acceptance where we can show up as the person that we actually are right now. Sometimes women come into the program having come up against resistance with their own health providers, or perhaps having had a family history or an attitude that we should just grin and bear it and get on with life despite the symptoms that we are experiencing. And it's important that we know that we don't have to do that. There is a gender pain gap, and women's experiences are important and have to be listened to, that can actually lead to us developing illnesses and diseases that would affect our longevity. So it's important that we don't ignore it when we are feeling out of sorts, because what we want to do is create a way that we are living our lives to the fullest for as long as we can.